mum needs to stop hoovering. Stop it. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new, then we are Syd And Ell. I am Elle and I am here today because loads of you have been asking for this video, so I'm filming it for you. Basically, if you don't know Syd and I, Syd is studying fashion at university and I am a makeup artist, and I get so many questions about what I do, how I got into it. I'm just gonna do basically like a Q&A and my story, I guess. I put this post on Instagram and it got 80 comments, which are all questions. How cute is this case? This is from Coconut Lane and we get a discount code with them as well, so I'll link their website down below and our code. But yeah, this is really cute. It's got really cute stuff on their website. So let's get straight into it. How old were you when you started doing makeup? So on myself, I was probably 12 maybe. Like by makeup I mean like experimenting, like Dream Matte Mousse. Who remembers the foundation lips? There were so many good ones. It was around the time where everyone used to be like in pictures. Yeah, that was like not properly getting into it, that was just like going with the trends. I think I probably started wearing makeup about 16, 17 and that was when I like was getting into enjoying it. I didn't have a clue, but I just watched YouTube videos at that point or Instagram videos and just taught myself. When I was like in sixth form, and I'll talk about it a little bit more later, but that's when I realised that that's what I wanted to do. Yeah, about 18 is when I properly was getting like, I was really into it. I was like, to my friends, to Syd, I was like, let me do your makeup, to my sisters. So what inspired you to be a makeup artist? This is kind of a long story. Basically, when I was at sixth form, when everyone was looking into university and what to do after school, I was set that I wanted to do drama at university, and I looked around loads of unis and loads of different courses, and I was doing drama at A level. So a lot of you have actually asked as well what subjects I studied, and that was in sixth form. It was drama, art, media and English literature, and I'll talk about school and qualifications again later. This is just a mess at the moment, this Q&A. I was looking around universities and I wanted to do drama. I've always loved performing arts, acting, singing. I was looking at Bournemouth Arts University and loads of famous actors have come from that university and it's really just a nice place. So I looked around it and they offered a course for makeup, and it was, I don't have a clue what the course was called. I think it was like media makeup for film and TV possibly, or just media makeup. And when I was looking around, it really caught my eye, and they obviously advertised it to the best of its ability, but it was all the prosthetics and the fashion and the special effects, and I was like, wow, like that looks insane. I've always loved art and I've just always loved being creative, so that was something that I never really thought of before. I didn't really know it was a job. It's obviously been a job for years, in film and TV, fashion, makeup, but I think now, I don't know why, but now it's suddenly becoming more of a known thing and a lot more people are getting into it. So yeah, I looked onto that course as well because we were there and I was like, this sounds amazing. So I kind of put the drama in the back seat and I was focusing more on makeup. I still love drama, I was still doing my A-levels, and yeah, makeup was kind of, it was taking over my mind a little bit. I started watching more YouTube videos and Halloween came around, I was practicing all of my special effects and I just loved it. I just found it so fascinating and rewarding when people were like, that looks amazing. So what happened next? I'm rambling. I applied at Bournemouth University, but it wasn't the only option that I was looking at. I was looking into shorter makeup courses just because I'd spoken to some people not that were in the industry, but kind of knew of people in the industry, and they said to me that you don't need qualifications, which takes me on to the do any qualifications. Loads of people said to me, don't do it at university, you don't need a degree, it's a waste of 3 years. But obviously I didn't know, I was starting out, and I applied anyway. I didn't get in. It was really, really hard to get in. I think hundreds of people apply and they only let in, I think it's 50 they let in. Don't hold me to that, but it's something ridiculous. But at the time I wasn't even set on going there, so it wasn't really a disappointment. It was kind of just the decision made for me, which was obviously a blessing in disguise. I'm so glad, you guys, that I didn't go to university. Not that I don't appreciate that like the people that get a degree. I think getting a degree is amazing. If you can get a degree, I like bow down to you. I personally don't think it's necessary to get a degree in makeup, only because a lot of people that I have worked with or met don't even look at qualifications. When you go into makeup in the industry, it's not about qualifications at all. You don't need to prove that you can do math, science, English, none of that. It is all about experience, which is why I'm so glad that I didn't do 3 years at university. And in fact, I did a 4-month course, which I'll talk about in a bit. I am just that one step ahead of people, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna look through some more questions because I'm just gonna keep talking. But yeah, so what inspired me to be a makeup artist? Drama, unis, looking round, caught my eye. That's what I want to do. How do you get the jobs on sets? That kind of takes me back to where I studied. Where I studied was a course called CBMA in Camden, and the CB stands for Christine Blundell, who I actually work for at the moment. She is a very successful makeup designer in film, in TV, I think mainly film at the moment. She obviously runs this course as well. She doesn't teach as much as I think she used to, just because she's obviously so busy, but the tutors that they have teaching are amazing. I think we had the total of about 10 teachers on the course, and they obviously all like specialise in different stuff. A lot of my jobs have actually come through my teachers because I kind of kept in contact with them. They needed assistance when I was first starting out. I was assisting, and I still assist now. Literally all of my jobs have come through people I've met, and that has all spiraled back to my college. So I'll link everything down below with this college. They don't even know I'm doing this video, so it's not sponsored or anything like that. I just recommend them so much, and yeah, if you want to have a look into it, then I'll link everything down below. I'm not with an agency, that was part of the question. I work for myself and I just kind of know people. The next question is, are you happy with the money being a makeup artist? So this is really hard to answer because not that money is like an awkward subject, but it's just never exact, and it's obviously not the same for everyone. Doing makeup can be so varied in earning a living. If you're freelance and do like a night out makeup, you could probably get something as not low as, but starting from £30. And then if you're doing a bride, it can obviously go up. And then if you're working completely differently in the industry on a film, the day rate could be, I don't know, I'm going to throw a number, hundreds. So it does depend. If you're on a film, in a big budget film, the money can be very good, yeah. But obviously it still does depend how high up you are, how often you work there. They could be doing a film for 6 months and you could only do half of that. So it does depend on everything. I don't get paid the amount of the exact same amount as everyone that I work with, but it does just depend whereabouts you are in your career. So I can't completely answer that, but the money can be very good if you work your way up, yes. But I think that's like any job. I think there's money in everything. It just depends where you are in that big circle. I hope this makes sense. So the next question is, how did you get yourself out there to get opportunities for things like Wonder Woman? And when you first started out, what did you have in your kit? When I left my college, obviously Christine runs it and she is always on these massive films, so they always offer work experience afterwards, and the film that we were offered work experience on at the time was Wonder Woman, because that's what she was working on. So we got to go and work on that for a bit, and that was the first massive film I went on. That was the first time I saw hundreds of makeup artists in one room, getting everyone quickly done, out the door. When I first started out in my kit, I had, so in the course I did, we got offered a really basic kit of brushes, some hair stuff, because doing hair is actually more important than you think. There are some jobs where you can just get it through makeup, but if you have hairdressing under your belt as well, you will be offered more opportunities. And I'm saying that with a little bit of hesitance, just because that's not a promise. It's just everyone that I've spoken to has always given me the advice that hairdressing, barbering, which is men's hair, and being able to put on a wig and things like that is really good to have, because obviously it's just like a triple threat or quadruple threat. So yeah, I had just like basic, I can't really explain it all because a lot of it probably won't make sense unless you know what it is, but things like spirit gum, which is what you put on wigs with, a concealer palette, a lip palette, I think, loads of stuff, but that will be different for every college course. And then I kind of just built it up. My kit is substantial now, but yeah, it doesn't happen overnight. I've been trained for 2 years and it's still not the best kit in the world. I still envy so many people that I work with kit. And I'll show you my kit one day if you guys want to see, like a makeup collection. Let me know. So the next question is, was it a hard industry to get involved in? I can't really sit here and say I've cracked the industry because I'm still getting involved myself. I'm still worming my way in, but it is competitive like any other industry. When I wanted to do drama, one of the things that put me off doing that or studying that was that it was so competitive, and so many people told me that. But I feel like if you're so determined that you want to do it, then you will. And I did work a lot for free in the first year. That is one thing that I should probably tell you guys you're going to have to do as well, because obviously not everyone will have to, but a lot of people have to, just to get the experience on set. A lot of people will do them jobs for free, so if someone's going to do it for free and you're not, then they're going to choose the person that's going to do it for free. Because doing makeup is such a fun job, I think some people put it down and they don't expect that you want the money, but if you need to make a living, you need to stand up for yourself. So yes, the first, I'd say, year, you'll probably have to work for free. I can't even speak, but it does pay off. So what have you worked on was a question as well. When I left, obviously I worked for free. That was loads of like short films, student films, some like photo shoots, things like that. And then I started building up my own clientele, which is another question actually. How do I do that? So I promote it on Instagram, kind of how we promote our YouTube, but we basically plaster it everywhere. I've got business cards, I've got a website. Yeah, I just spread it everywhere, and then a lot of people have come through word of mouth as well, and you just get recommended. It doesn't happen overnight, but it's just one of them things that if you prove yourself to people, then they will start listening. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so what I've worked on. So yeah, I do some private clients as well, and then I work on some fashion things. I've worked on some things for ASOS, some things for Puma. I did something for London Fashion Week. At the moment I'm working on, I wasn't going to say anything until I saw that one of the actors actually announced it, because I didn't know if we were allowed. But if Will Smith is putting it all over Facebook that he's going to be the genie in Aladdin, then I can say that I'm working on Aladdin at the moment. Disney's remaking the film, but that's all I'm going to say because I don't want to get in trouble. That probably won't be out for a couple of years, but there's a lot of stuff that I can't actually promote on my Instagram just because of the secrecy. But when it comes out, I'm always like, yes, I worked on this. Now, no one actually asked me this question, but I want to speak a little bit about how much I was sure that this is what I wanted to do. The course that I did wasn't free. It wasn't cheap either. I was 18 when I did it, so I left sixth form and I went straight into it. I did look at other places, but this is the one that I was like straight away drawn to, just because it had the like first-hand experience ready for us. I just want to say it's one of them things that I feel like a lot of people do in the moment, and because it was a short course and it sounded really cool and really fun, and it was really cool and really fun, but I think a lot of people kind of fall into a trap where they don't remember that that's the career that they should carry on. I was 100% sure that that is what I wanted to do, and I said to my parents I was going to be so determined afterwards. I was going to get as much work as possible. I knew that I was getting into a hard industry, and I wasn't going to half-heartedly do a course like this, because they told me on my interview that it was going to be hard work and you had to be prepared for it. So I would say that you need to be determined, you need to put in a lot of hard work, especially in the film industry. It's not the most sociable hours. I have been working away a lot recently and it's hard, but when I'm young I want to embrace it and not regret putting in the hard work, because I feel like I haven't worked in like 2 years because I'm always working on really cool stuff. But the hours I just want to speak about, because no one's asked me any like negative parts of it, but I'd say the only negative thing about my whole career is the fact that in film the hours are really, really long. They will be 14-hour days on average. They have been starting at about 5:30 in the morning for me, and then I have to travel as well, so I've been getting up like ridiculously early, and then I get home late as well. But again, I'm not going to sit here and say I hate it, because it's really not a negative thing. Like I know I'm making it sound like it is, but I'm just breaking everything down for you, and I want you guys to know and be sure that that's what you want to do, because yes, everything is painted as a massive picture when you're looking into it, but I did want to talk about the reality as well, because I do want you to know that it isn't all completely amazing, because it's not. Sometimes I'm really tired, but 99% of the time it's amazing and it is really fun and it doesn't feel like a job, but I'm contradicting myself so much. I'm just trying to get across the point that if this is what you guys want to do, then look into it a lot and do a lot of research and make sure that it is what you want to do, because I don't want you to all watch this video and feel really inspired and then go and sign up to do a makeup course and then actually be like, no. I hope that makes sense, you know what I mean? I think that's most of the question answered. I'll do one more. Do you have any tips on someone that wants to become a makeup artist? I am speaking specifically for the industry, because that is kind of what this video is about. It sounds so like bad, but just act like you know what you're doing. Even if you don't have a clue and you're so lost, no one will question confidence. I've done it a lot where I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm a bit lost. I don't know anyone, especially on my first day of something. And I just have to put on a face and act like I know what I'm doing, and you literally fit right in. And then after the second day or something, when you get settled into a job, you do actually know what you're doing and you don't have to pretend. But I'd say just be confident in yourself. Be proud of your work and don't let anyone kind of tell you it's not good enough. Believe in yourself, and that's probably the only tip that I'd say is really important, is just being confident. And even if you're winging something, like not literally winging, but like winging, if you know what I mean. I think that's like the best advice that I could give. So yeah, I know I rambled so much and this video is going to be so hard to edit because I went off on a whim. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something. I hope your question was answered in some way or another. If it wasn't, then feel free to message me and I'll try to explain anything that you want to know in further detail. We'll see you in our next video. Bye!